Hello, welcome back to my channel at Ayana Supreme. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. Check out my playlist and everything like that. So these are some photos of me and my love and my locks. Me, my love, and my locks. Hi, welcome back to my channel at Ayana Supreme. This video is about dating with locks, right? Because it's one of those styles that may bring in kind of attention from a certain demographic of people, sometimes. In my opinion, your hair says nothing deep about you. That's just where I'm coming from. Now, I do see it as a form of expression. I see it as a form of potentially a part of someone's maybe spiritual path or journey and stuff like that in some cases, but on average, I see it as cosmetic. Okay, I'm sorry. I do. Okay. And so I never really thought about dating with locks. But I do remember, and this may sound like a little contradictory, perhaps, but when I met my partner, and he told me where he was from, I do have an understanding about the way that it is perceived to others, right? He's from Nigeria, and we met at a pizza shop or whatever. I think what was playing was Bernie Sanders. It was 2016. It was Bernie Sanders. And I was just like thinking at the time, like, oh, I really love this guy. I'm a Bernie Sanders fan or whatever, right? Fine. So he was sitting at the table and he was like, oh, you would like Bernie Sanders? And I was like, yeah. And I think we spoke really briefly about whatever was happening politically. And before he left the pizza shop, he was like, put your number on my phone. I was like, of course. You want my number? Cool. We could talk. And so we had conversations about movies, politics, identity, and stuff like that. And those types of conversations that I like to have with people is very true to who I am as a person. I don't think that my hair would tell a person that that's the kind of conversation that I like to have, because those are not the only kind of conversations that I like to have. I like to talk about pop culture. Did you see what Krishan and Blueface? Crazy. Did you see what was going on with what Kanye West said? I'm into pop culture. I'm into history. I'm into all kinds of affairs, right? But I don't think that my hair says that. It doesn't, because I am no different from when I put on a wig and I'm having the same kind of conversations. My depth is not increased or decreased depending upon my exterior, right? Yeah, so anyway, the point is, I bring all of that to say, being that he told me that he's from Nigeria, I did say to him, you don't have locks, right? Because I understand that that may not be attractive to a different person or different groups of people. I understand that other people may have perceptions about my hair, right? And he was like, yeah, I know. People that I date black women. And that could come in a variety of different looks, right? As I said before, we have relaxers. We will cut our hair, we will braid our hair, we'll lock our hair, twist, everything. We do everything. So it's not like you have locks, but he liked my locks. One thing I can say about, because I've dated African American, I've dated Caribbean, I've dated African, so I'm touching the major derivatives of the African diaspora, right? I do find that different black men respond to our hair differently. There are some black men that, for wherever he is from, may prefer women that are not black as well. So for the black men who do prefer black women, I can say that sometimes it can be a situation where they would prefer a certain hair type over another. So for me, I have 4Z. Like, my hair texture is kinky. You hear that? So if you want me, you want that. Not everybody does. As far as dating goes, I know that many, I don't want to say all, many African American men, and sometimes many Caribbean men, like a 3, a 2, you know, a looser texture, a more apparent curl pattern than what I have to offer. Though that has not directly impacted me necessarily, but I am aware of that. I find that African men, my opinion, I'll say West African men, right? West, South, or maybe South. I'll speak to my understanding of the African men that I've seen and how I see that they date, that like black women, because there are some African men that like white women or other women. They may not even like the women from where they are from specifically, right? Because there's that as well. So for the African men who prefer black women, African women as well, I'm gonna put that in a little heart in a bow together, okay? I would say that they don't give a damn, because the African women that I see, they do it all. They do natural, they do weave, they do wigs, they do braids, they do extensions, they do everything. They do everything, they do everything, they do everything. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. At first, believe it or not, even I was like, why is this got a different hairstyle every week? Like, that don't even make sense to me. But I think their relationship to their hair is a little bit different for maybe an African American woman's relationship with their hair. But even so, African American women change up their hairstyle all the time too. So it's kind of like, we out here, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're constantly doing different things. We're not allowing ourselves to sit in a box and remain that way. I think that we have gotten to a place where it's less political. Some of us, our hair is political, and I respect that 100%. But then for some of us as well, it's, I like this, I want to try that. I like this, I want to try that. It's that innate inner creativity that black women possess. We set trends, and then other people hop on the bandwagon and, you know, make a lot of money off of our creativity, our innovation, our hoodness, our ghetto-ness. However you want to define it, that is what is being done every day. But back to the conversation. Being that I primarily date black men, I don't know what it would be like to be in a relationship with someone who was not. When I wear my locks down the streets of a certain area of Brooklyn, I hear Ras, I hear Empress. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I've gotten with that. It's been all right for me. I mean, I've had locks for so long, and my partner already entered a relationship with an African American woman with locks. Like, my partner likes locks. He would not mind if we locked our daughter's hair. Right? So my dating experience with locks did not necessarily hinder me. If a relationship ended or began, it was not because I had locks. It was because of the relationship and the people involved in that relationship. It wasn't about this. As long as I was black and they were black, we just go from that point. But if I am entering a relationship and I don't have locks, for example, right? And I'm having that discussion with my partner, like, hey, listen, like, I think I want to lock my hair. And they're like kind of resistant. I would say two things. One, there's a diversity of locks. And I discussed the diversity in locks in another video. So definitely check that out. Two, I would also let them know that perhaps me locking my hair would help aid in my constant need of going to the salon every week, and all this maintenance that I do now may be dramatically reduced because I'm using less products and I need less maintenance. I would bring it to them like that. So my locks that you may want for yourself may not be freeform. Maybe you want sister locks. Maybe you want micro locks, right? But even if you're not going the freeform route, which I think freeform, I think is the least amount of maintenance of all locks. I could be wrong. That's what I believe. So if you know otherwise, please educate me in the comments below. I don't know everything, right? I would also say that if you are going interlocking route, meaning like a micro or a sister lock route, you can educate yourself and explain, listen, like, I only have to do my hair maybe once a month. I wash and condition my hair maybe every 2 weeks, right? I retwist. You can figure out how to do these things on your own. There's so many videos available to you. And even if it's not something that you want to do by yourself, if you're going to a salon, that's probably once a month. So, and depending upon where you live, that may be expensive. I know here in New York City, I don't know, maybe in the $100 or $200 range. But even if it is that expensive, you can budget yourself a lot better versus maybe other styles. Like I know when I had a relaxer, my last relaxer I had was in 2009, and I got a relaxer specifically because I wanted to do the Halle Berry look. I'll give an example here. I wanted a certain style, right? And to keep that up, it was almost like $90 every 2 weeks, which is insane. So part of the reason why I even decided to cut all my hair off, and I'll give an example of that here, was because it was so expensive, and I was the one who was taking care of that. I was the one who was spending the money that I worked for towards that. I was like, nah, let me go to the barber and get my hair cut every week, and that still was a lot less than keeping up a relaxer and keeping a short, cute, fly look, okay? And I made that decision at 18 years old. To me, when you're in a real long-term, serious relationship, people can end up with health problems that you can't predict or see immediately, right? God forbid this person can end up with whatever later on down the line that you didn't see when you first was dating, that you're gonna deal with because you're with that person. You're not with their hair. Do you get what I'm saying? That's my approach to it. If you are a kind of person who is indignant and forthright, and that is not with any negative connotations, those are just pure adjectives that I'm using. If that's your type of person, if that's the energy that you are bringing, do whatever you want, and you will attract whoever needs to be with you, right? If you're coming at it from a standpoint of, hey, listen, let's talk about this, let's make a negotiation, I'm thinking about this, what you think, right? You can present your ideas, and you can also say, hey, look, there are a variety of locks, and it can really help us actually economically, right? And if you are none of the above, you're just out here, you just dating it, it is what it is, you just in and out trying to see what fits, what works with you. The way that you style your hair is more so lifestyle. If you don't have time for all the extra shenanigans, then do what's best for you. If you do have time for the extra shenanigans, then explore that, you know what I mean? Like, don't limit yourself if you don't have to, if you don't want to. And if you do, If you like a certain routine, you like a low manipulative, low effort lifestyle, then, you know, express that to your partner. Hey, listen, I don't have the time or the mental capacity to be worrying about my hair every day. I can't even imagine having to worry about my hair every day, right? That's a lot. You have other things going on, especially if you have children. Listen, no ma'am. You may just want to put it in the bun and keep it moving. You have stuff to do. So it really depends upon you. But at the same time, don't present yourself like, oh, I have locks, so this person is automatically not attracted to me. Girl, bye. A man can even say out his own mouth, oh, I don't like locks, and then end up with a shorty. They cool, they kicking it, da 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 da. And the next thing you know, time goes by, she locking her hair, he ain't leaving. So it's like, where are you? Where do you fit in this conundrum of situation? Like, where do you fit in the scenario? Like, are you not locked at all? You're looking to lock your hair. Are you already locked and this guy's like, I'm feeling you, but I don't like your hair? Or are you in a long-term serious relationship where it's like, this is what I want to do. What are your thoughts? It really depends. But in my personal experience, it has not helped and it has not hindered me. But whatever, it's up to you. Do what works for you. Okay? Okay. Thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate it, especially if you made it all the way to the end. It helps me a lot. And so I want to say thank you. And be sure to follow my Instagram, my little TikTok, my little Facebook page. I am everywhere at the same name, Ayana Supreme. No spaces. And yeah, I will have more content for you very, very soon. Okay? Love you so much. Thank you. Bye-bye.